What's up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He is the UFC's number 12 ranked middleweight contender, fighting Jared Cannonier in the main event of UFC Fight Night on Saturday. One of the latest in a growing list of Contender Series alum making a run at the rankings, and one nerd you probably won't be beating up, Caio Borralho. How are you?
I'm very good, man. Very excited with the spot the UFC gave me. I think I deserve this spot
Huge.
and very happy, very excited. It's a huge fight against a tough opponent to test myself against. So happy, excited to live in the life that I always asked God.
Yeah. Well, and we're going to get to the fight, but I'm curious. You're kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to nerd activities. I think that's why you are the king of nerds. But I'm curious, if you had to pick one thing, whether that's fighting, chess, video games, superheroes, anime, whatever, if there's one thing where your nerdiness truly excels, what's the one thing where you're really, truly the god of all nerds at?
I think fighting. I think fighting. I just think about fighting in a different way. I approach the fighting when I'm studying fighting. I don't see only the fight. I don't see only the punches and all the stuff. I like to see movements, reactions, patterns. All this stuff. I think that's what makes me a nerd guy into the fight game. I study the mechanics and all this stuff. That's what I like to study. That's my hobby, and it's my living job. So I think that's it. I can do it all. Like I can do chess. I was math teacher, chemistry teacher, and all this stuff. But definitely fighting is my most nerdy thing.
Well, I failed senior year math, and I had to leave advanced chemistry. So apparently, I should have enlisted you for help. I'm really curious about that. Is there anything about like how you would approach studying in academics, math, science that you can sort of translate to how you approach fighting?
Definitely. I see it. It's almost that I see everything with numbers and
Mm.
statistics and all this stuff, and I put inside the fighting. So I like to see things this way. I think it's better for my brain. Like it's better to figure out faster, just to remember faster. So it's like hardware, and then I put everything there and I pick when the right time comes, I pick this and I pick this and I
Mm.
pick that. So that's how my mind works a little bit about fighting.
Speaking of the fight, this kind of came. We've known about this event for a long time, but it seems a little late into the cycle that we actually got the main event announced only a few weeks before the fight.
Mhm.
When were you informed that the UFC was interested in booking you against Cannonier or just someone on this card?
Yeah, it was 5 weeks notice actually. I was supposed to fight October, but the fight we didn't get the other guy to sign the contract or anything like that. So they right away, I think like few days after the fight fell off in October, they come to me and offer this fight, a main event against top fight guy Cannonier. So
Totally.
5 week notice. I travel with Bruna Brazil to Manchester,
Mhm.
so to corner her. So it was like 2 days before my flight.
Would you be willing to share who the fight in October was that that you were trying to plan?
Mm,
Okay, you don't
I'm
have to. You don't have
nah,
to.
I'm not giving this guy any stage.
Sure.
Like that
Is
doesn't matter anymore. Like doesn't matter anymore.
Is it someone, without saying a name, is it something you'd like to revisit in the future, or is that just behind you now and you don't anticipate that, that matchup will happen?
Oh, he's ahead of me in the rankings. But after a big Cannonier, he'll be behind.
Top five. Top five. I like it. I like the sound of that. This is a big test for you, Jared Cannonier, former title challenger, very experienced, a lot of power. When you sort of assess this fight with your scientific brain, where does he possess the biggest advantage, and where do you possess the biggest advantage?
So I think one of his biggest advantages is his experience. He knows how to take the fight where he wants. Like he likes to pick up the pace of the fight. Like sometimes he wants to slow a little bit, and then he make the guys get a little bit slower, and then he wants to make a little bit faster, so he puts the guy to uh, have a lot of mistakes in the fight. So his experience, it was bring me the most dangerous thing on him. Of
Mhm.
course, he's a powerful guy, very big guy, very with a lot of strength and power, but I think his experience with a lot of main events, with a lot of 5 round fights, with, a former title challenge and all this stuff. I think this is his biggest advantage against me. And for me, I think my biggest advantage against him is my movement, how I move my feet inside the octagon, and for sure my age. He's 40 right now, so I think he's not the same guy when he was fighting like Anderson Silva, or he was fighting for the title with 35, 36 years old. Now with 40, for sure his body doesn't feel the same anymore. In the fight with Imavov in the second round, he started to slow down a little bit with a 5 round fight. So then that's when he get a little bit sloppy. Then that's when he slows down, that's when he make a little bit of mistakes, and that's the holes that I need to fulfill when I'm into the cage with him.
It's been amazing seeing the fighting nerds have so much success consecutively. Like that's a team that's just really emerging to the forefront in 2024. I gotta say, as much as I'm excited about your rise into the top 15, John Silva might be one of my favorite fighters right now. What a
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
character, what a
yeah,
cool guy. Can you tell me like one funny or crazy story about Silva? Because I think he's gonna be a huge star.
Man, this guy is just a crazy guy, man. Like, he got out of the fight against Charles Jourdain on Saturday, and on Sunday he was like depressed, like, I need to fight. He was like that.
Yeah.
Like, he came to our manager and said, like, Ivan, I need to fight. Please give me a fight. Like, I cannot stay without fighting that long. I was like, man, you just fought yesterday. You knocked a guy out that was never been knocked out. What the fuck are you saying? Like, and he was like, no, man, I need to fight. I need to fight. Come on, just please give me a date. I need to fight. And our manager is the same manager, Ivan Jatoba,
Mhm.
and he said like, okay, you're gonna fight in 2 months, a little bit like that. So no, man, I cannot wait 2 months to fight again. I cannot wait. I want to fight again. So he's just a crazy guy that likes to go in there and bang. Like, even though he's a very smart guy when he's
Mhm.
fighting and all this stuff, but he's just a crazy motherfucker. Crazy guy.
I mentioned off the top how you got into the UFC through the Contender Series. Obviously, we've seen guys like Sean O'Malley and Jamal Hill become champions off that show. You did fight twice, right? First one goes to a decision, second time you get the knockout. How did your experience the first time in the Contender Series sort of inform how you fought or what you thought you needed to do the second time you fought there?
Yeah, the second time was more worry about the performance. I just wanted to impress Dana. When I was inside the octagon, that I was supposed to be looking to my opponent, I was just looking to Dana. He was right on the other side and was like looking to them and repeating to myself, like, now I'm gonna impress you. Now you're gonna see all that I got. You're gonna see that I'm a finisher now. Even if you don't want, you're gonna have to give me my contract. You need to. So that's what I'm gonna show you. So in my first fight, I was more like concerned about winning the fight, show my skills. I show great skills taking Aaron Jeffrey down, and great rest, great striking skills too. So I was just focusing on show my skills and my performance. So I did very good. I think I deserved the contract. But in the third round, I might have slowed down a little bit, and Dana hates that. So he came and said like, I'm not interested or anything like that. So in the second fight, I already showed everyone my skills. I just
Mhm.
needed to go there like crazy and finish the fight. So I was just worried about that, and that happened.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see Contender Series coming back soon. See which future
Yeah,
UFC
for sure.
champions we'll discover. As we wrap up here, Caio, I do want to play a couple of games. Enjoy some
Uh-huh.
of our shared nerdoms. First, I have you grew up watching martial arts movies, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Okay.
Little bit.
So I've got a blind ranking here for you. So I'm gonna give you a name of a martial arts movie star, and you have to rank them one, two, three, or five. The trick is you don't know what the next name I'm gonna say is. So if you put someone at number one, someone better might come
Okay.
along. So you got to be careful here. Okay. Put that math to
Okay.
use and the statistics. Okay.
Okay.
All right. First up, we got Jackie Chan. Where are you putting Jackie Chan one to five?
I think number 4.
Okay. All right. What about Jet Li?
Oh, I love the movie, the dogfight. The dog. I don't know what was the name in English. We say in Portuguese, cão de briga. The guy with the thing here. They take
Mhm.
off and like get it, and then he goes and beats up everybody. You know this movie,
I haven't
Jet
seen it, but I
Li.
will go check
Oh
it out after.
man, it's one of my
Number one?
favorites. It's
All
one
right.
of my favorites. I think Jet Li would go third for
Third?
sure.
All right. What about
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I think it's one of my favorite movie is with him in the Ultimate Fighting Championship that he was
Yes.
there and facing all the
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
You
yeah.
remember that? I think it's Dragon. I don't know I don't remember the name, but Jean-Claude Van Damme definitely number two.
Two.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got one and five. You might have a perfect list coming depending on how these next two go. You got one and
Yeah.
five left. Where are you putting Steven Seagal?
Five, definitely five. Yeah. He's not one of my favorites, nothing against him, Amazing guy, but five.
So this could be a situation where I throw something really weird at you and mess this all up for you, but I'm gonna be nice. Number one by default, Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee,
Nailed it.
definitely. I would say that even before you say that, Bruce Lee, favorite true martial artist, true fighter, and he's supposed to be adored, like people are supposed to, worship him, in the martial arts because he was the master not only about technique or anything like that, but mindset, So I like him.
I could have said like Vin Diesel or something and just really messed this all up for you, Kyle,
Ah,
but I wanted to.
uh,
Yeah, you nailed this. You nailed this.
Vin Diesel, I'll put in six or seven.
All right. Last one for you, and I'll let you go. As a fellow gamer, I always like to talk about video games. So we're gonna do a quick rapid fire. I'm gonna give you a question about video games. I just want you to fill in the blank. Okay.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Let's go.
What is the game that you play when you just want to relax the most and meditate and be at peace?
Call of Duty.
Yes. Very peaceful game.
That's almost the only game I play, like nowadays.
Yeah.
I grew up playing video games and all this stuff, but nowadays I just love playing Call of Duty, I play all the time.
Okay. I mean, we'll see if this parlays. What is the game that makes you the most angry?
Call of Duty. When you play with guys that don't know how to play in a team situation, and just want to go there and do the shit by their own, what the fuck are you playing with a team if you don't know how to play with a team? So that makes me angry for sure.
All right. Last one for you, and we'll let you go here. Since you mentioned, playing a lot of Call of Duty these days, what would you say is your all-time favorite childhood game? What brings back the best memories from when you were younger?
Ooh, childhood game. Hmm, maybe the King of Fighters. The King of
Good
Fighter.
answer. Good answer. Very on brand
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I like the King of Fighter. You pick up three fighters and you go there and fight. I think one of the my favorite ones when I was young. Because I grew up watching good guys playing. So in the places, and I was like, man, I want to play like this guy, King of Fighters, and I was like that. So definitely the King of Fighter.
All right. Listen, Kyle, you and I could do this forever, I feel like, but I do have to let you go. And I want to let you have the last word. So, very quickly for me, guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Subscribe, tap the bell, thumbs up. Let us know your official prediction for Jared Cannonier versus Caio Borralho that headlines UFC Fight Night on Saturday. Plus, which game brings back the best childhood memories? We'd love to hear from you. Caio, if there's anything you want to tell your fans, I'll let you have the last word, friend.
Just thank you all for the love and support. I receive a lot of messages, people supporting me. So what honor to represent all you guys. Okay, thank you so much, and I see you guys on 24.